Well, as we close out the 2010s, me and Jack sat back and made a few lists. Don't try to go crazy, just our list. You like it, agree. If
I
not,
don't
make
give a
your
damn
own
how
list.
y'all feel.
Right. But you know how people, when you start making, oh, you said so-and-so, man, we don't care about all that shit.
Make
This is
your
what
own
we
list.
think. You guys tell us what you think. But we're going to start it off with the top 5 moments of the past 10 years. And we'll start at number 5, Kobe's last game. In a historic career.
75 billion points.
Yeah, 60 points, had the whole stadium going crazy, and that's only right. Like, who goes out with their last game being 60 points?
Kobe.
Say less.
That was crazy. I mean, it was just good to watch, man, knowing how hurt he was.
Right.
And to see him finish to go out like that.
And how he stuck around, like I said, especially with the climate today, a lot of guys bounce, to get that ring at the end, and Kobe stayed true. Kobe rode the ship until that motherfucker sank.
And a lot of players be out
respect.
there 110% healthy and can't get 10 points.
Right.
Sorry, motherfuckers. Good. Shout out to Kobe.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. Let's go.
You back?
4.
For Kawhi Leonard's buzzer beater against Philly that ultimately gets the Raptors and Canada their first championship.
Note to kids that watch that. You see he held the
follow through,
the
coach him
gooseneck.
up.
He
Coach him
just
up.
sat there and watched that motherfucker going bounce. Send everybody home. You got to keep your follow through.
Coach Jack, top
you.
5 moments. Number 4 with, Kawhi. You say what you want about Kawhi, but he's got, 2 championships and 2 finals MVPs?
And Defensive Player of the Year.
Defensive Player of the Year, and he led Toronto Raptors to their first championship, and then they was offering him the world out there too. Free cars, free houses, free life.
I'm just saying,
meals.
you go to a
money,
country and get them a championship,
and you
and then bounce like
you can't be mad at it.
Can't be mad at it.
Respect the game. Respect it or check it. Number 3, Russell Westbrook's triple-double run. I think we get, as a society, we see greatness and we get almost tired of it and not really historically understanding how amazing what this man was.
As a basketball player, it was just unbelievable. Me knowing the few triple doubles I had in my career.
Yeah, I only had one. It was close to like 5.
I probably had 3 or 4.
Yeah, you know what I mean? To consistently average it for what was it, 2 or 3 years?
And even to the point where he went and got 20-20-20 for Nip.
Shout out, rest in peace,
Like,
Nip.
that was crazy.
20 on the 60s, yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So definitely Russell Westbrook's one was definitely top, one of the top moments.
Triple-double machine, for sure.
The Warriors, but not for their dynasty, so to speak. It was the year they beat the Bulls record when they surpassed the 72-10 with 73-9.
They didn't win that chip.
But they didn't win the championship.
So that's kind of
the
asterisk. Like,
yeah, that's
you
tough.
Play good all your regular. You was a great regular season team.
Yeah, but that's also, you got to think that. So that's when they beat down 3-1 to OKC. They beat OKC, losing the finals, come back with easy money.
Easy money.
And,
K-Dizzle for
and
shizzle.
solidified the end of their dynasty. And the number 1 moment of the 2010 decade to us was LeBron's block on Iguodala.
Man, that was amazing. That changed the whole series. That saved it.
That was it.
I mean, he made a lot of blocks during the course of that year.
He played amazing. After leaving Miami, coming back to his hometown and winning Cleveland their first championship in 50-plus years, I think, like you touched on, most great players' moments are on offense.
On offense, right.
I mean, and his moment was, a block on defense, and like I said, I think it speaks to the point of how many different ways he can affect the game and win the game. But just that block is what captures it.
That block on the road.
You see how high he was? Like chin above the rim, like blocked it with all this shit.
Most great players, especially in the finals, if you look back in the history of time, most great players, their moment and their play is on offense. That was a defensive play.
It just kind of speaks to what LeBron is. LeBron could beat you in many different ways, not just scoring. Let's touch on some honorable mentions that I feel that just missed the cut.
One of them I don't feel, but feel free.
Dirk.
Ooh, you like that? One of them I don't feel, but feel free.
But feel free.
Ooh, that's a bar.
Bar?
That's a bar.
You coming back? You don't have your sunglasses on to rap right now.
No, not right now.
Dirk's won championship, and what they did to get it. I was on the Laker team that they swept out of the playoffs in the first round, and they went up against that big 3 of Miami, and they got their first champion. Dirk was dominant.
That was big. I mean, everybody thought that big 3 was going to win that and win 3
7,
in a row.
8, 9, there was all that, and Dirk came in there and stole himself one in convincing fashion. Dame Lillard's waved goodbye to the Thunder.
That's epic.
Dame is cold.
That's epic.
You got to think, too, it's not even on you, but the shot he hit to knock Houston out. a few years before that.
Yep.
But his goodbye, his wave to Paul George,
The
him
way he
on the
shot it
ground,
from.
deep.
The logo.
So, I mean, that was all, shout out Dame.
Shout out Dame.
Shout out Dame.
Dollar.
LeBron finally gets over the David and Goliath situation in Boston in 2012 to win his first title. So that was just missed the cut. KD's scoring run. I think we forget, in his MVP year, his 2014 year, 41 straight games of 25 or more.
How many of them games was it me and you?
We was definitely in the mix probably. But it's crazy with KD, he was just one of the most efficient dudes. You could play good defense, but he's just so much bigger than you. It didn't matter.
Man, one of the best scorers I ever seen
all
in my
time.
life.
And then Ray Allen's shot
Bullshit.
against in the 2013 play. You don't like what's wrong with that? What's wrong?
Allergies.
You don't like that shot?
I have Ray allergies.
You got a problem with Ray? Sounds like.
Excuse me.
So anyway, man, that was our honorable mention.